Hey, welcome back. I had intended to wait to come back till we had this done, but that's going to be a while. I can show you what we have done and how we're doing it now. Dumping lava on the water did work. And you can actually see some artifacts of that here where it's, filled in with stone. But it's not faster than just breaking out a block and then doing this. Basically, I'll just go around once and do this to pick these up. And then you're following me with those and just replacing the water right beneath them. The advantage here, well, the primary problem with the lava is that I have one bucket of lava and I don't trust anything. These fish are less, they're not spawning as much with a lid on this thing because they need sunlight access really to kind of, or sky access anyway, to kind of spawn in the first place. But they are still have, there's some. And then they, microwave you. And if you don't notice, you get kicked to the side, and when you're trying to smack lava near water, but don't want it in the lava, you don't want obsidian, it's dangerous. So this is just about exactly as fast, really, to do this. Wears out pickaxes twice as much, but whatever. Well, not really twice, it doesn't matter. This is not about the lava. This I put here on purpose. It's kind of the exact middle of this thing, more or less. I mean, it may be off by a meter or two, but it's a 760 by 870.
Oh, Jesus, squid.
Oh, that could happen. Yeah, which brings me to my next point. We'll talk about. Well, no, it's not. This is. Ignore this. So we need lava, right? And we can get it by killing a wither. We just haven't got to that yet. There's lava, in them our farlands. I thought I would build this out, and I'll show you exactly what. I mean, my wings, because it's going to hurt. Show you what happens if you try my clever trick. What happens is you go over here and notice what, Oh, there's another monument there, by the way. Which I find amusing. If we go 75, 85, 95... well, 97, 998, 999. So let's just go all the way over here with that. I'm going to bridge him once I'm here. Uh-oh. And now I'm up here at... Why aren't you believing me about flying? It's bad. It's loading it all up real fast. Well, not real fast, and that's the problem. So here we are, back at spawn because you can't actually get to it. If you want to, either fly over here or do what I just did, I have, more to talk about.
Okay,
I guess I can leave those on for now.
Be there in a minute. I want to dump some stuff.
Yeah, it's a thought. So here's the other thing. I have everything there to cure a zombified villager. So we can basically replicate this, but over that thing, and then the iron guys that we get will go down and fight the fish, and we'll get all manner of stuff just for existing. What occurred to me after I got all that stuff there, I'll make more spider eyes and whatever, golden apples. I'm reasonably certain zombies really don't spawn. The biome over there is deep ocean. I don't think we'll ever get them. We get spiders and we get monster fish. That's about it. So if we want a village over there, which is a kilometer from here-ish, we need to somehow get a couple of these guys over there. So there's more iron guys. Yay. So I've been thinking about that, because I got nothing better to do while I'm just relentlessly banging away at rocks forever and for the rest of time. I see a couple of ways to do it, actually around 3.5. One, and I'm not hugely where's my horse? My sheep got loose. I gotta kill off those turtles and get animals to grow back. Not getting animals over there either. That's what made me realize this was going to be a thing. I may have lost that horse.
Oh no.
Well, there's no way to tie it. Well, I had this guy tied up. It doesn't seem to help. The sheep I had tied up down there that I was counting on just poofed. I don't know where they were. I don't see my horse. Well, that's fun. What's that? I don't even want to talk about it. So here's my options that I can think of.
Okay, so that was weird.
What?
I got to the end, waited to teleport, accidentally flew off the end, flew into the water in the, what you're calling the far lands, and...
Oh, you made it that far?
Yeah, finally teleported.
Time it is right, you could get the lava that way. Might be worth trying. So here are my options. If we go that way a long ways, we get back to where we just were. However, we're not nudging a villager that far, we know that. So, I guess option 1 and 1.5, it depends whether we... See, we could expand this, we could basically have that, but then, you know, just expand this, have the wood in between, have a whole big thing, it'd be a lot easier. I'm reasonably... Do I have a boat? Well, not on me. Do I own one? I'm reasonably certain I could technically get a... I don't know why the mouse... I think it's conflicting the software somewhere. If I had a boat on the ground and was in it, I could probably and it's going to be more hitching. That's what I want to see right now. I could conceivably just do this forever and ever and ever, which isn't great. Also, I'm not even sure I can get out of this boat now. This... It's taking me like 2 or 3 seconds to go 5 meters. It's gonna, and then we got to go a kilometer, and plus I have to turn around to get out of this thing. So I don't think I can leap out and not die. So, well, I have wings on, maybe I could. So that's probably the least good idea, although it's the simplest. It could be done, particularly if we built it. We could probably stand to build out a walkway or something anyway. Second plan, and again, we could expand it out, so, you know, it doesn't really matter, but I think it'd be better if we did, is we should have at least... we have this much gold handy, we can get more. We got some redstone, we can get more. We have iron forever and ever. I'm going to show you how much iron we have. It's just stupid at this point how much iron. We have enough iron that it's becoming something of a storage issue. Which is solved by selling it off, so I mean we have that option. But that is... Well, there's roses in there, but... Otherwise, we have iron just for the hell out. Well, I guess that's how much iron we have, actually. In point of fact. Plus some roses. And then we have trees to get sticks. So, and we can make just levers or something to turn the tracks on. What we could do is have a lot of powered rails with levers turning them on from here to there, and then basic iron rails to fill in, because I don't know if we have enough gold to really make that work. It would take time, and we'd have to go get it instead of doing what we're doing. So whether or not we widen this, we could actually have a track go from here to a kilometer away, is an option, in the sense that it's not impossible. I'm not sure it's a lot better than the boat thing. It'd probably take about the same amount of time, because we'd have to actually do the track before we got... And then the other problem is, lately, and by lately I mean for the last 3 or 4 years, I've had real problems getting these guys to stay in a minecart. They pop out. I hate that. Maybe they don't anymore. I just haven't... I gave up on ever trying again. And you can only have one thing in a cart, which means we'd have to put one in a cart and then follow up with another cart, which is fine. We'd have to get the timing. It'd be literally a mess. So we have that option, in fact. We could talk either of those, whether or not we expand this. That's our first 2.5 options. The 3.5 option is that we're going a kilometer away, and I'm kind of wondering what happened. We'd have to go get... I have that obsidian block where I just showed you it was, and that's about it. I have these, and I could have had 4, but I lost one when I was when I put in the there's somewhere else. When I put in the trapdoors, I'll just show you. Come with me. In the Nether, I dug up the obsidian to make room for them. And that's, you know, where I got some obsidian. Yep, just waiting forever, apparently. And then we didn't do that because it wasn't really helping, so we did this instead. But when I put in the trapdoors, I necessarily got a bit of obsidian. Gold is that way for powered rails and stuff. Here's what I'm actually thinking is I've got that handy anyway. Oh, this, by the way, is... there. I have a guy who has these just like 31 bucks, or emerald. I can only get about 3 a day, but then I can't go through 3 in a day, so it's not that bad. We can just buy those instead of using my real one that mends, which is kind of ironic. The one that I could grow back, I don't want to use because I don't want to have to stop and mend it back the whole time. It's just a day of downtime swatting at things or trading stuff or buying more pickaxes to get it. It's strange. It's fine for like light use if you know that you can rebuild it in a matter of seconds, maybe a couple of minutes. But what I'm thinking is we go the hell over here. Here's our blaze spooky sort of thing that sort of works. It works better than anything else we've tried yet. We can put more effort into it later. It's just not really my priority. I'm trying to work on this guardian monument deal. Let's go in here. Obsidian height is right here, but I don't know. Well, actually, what does that even look like? That wouldn't be too hard to work with, in fact. Technically. I've got water right here. I'm just going to do that. I was going to go over it. I got to be able to not look at an Enderman. We have ladders all the way to the top on a couple of these. So we can just basically take out a level and get a bunch of obsidian. But this will be renewable. So I'm just going to do this right now. How is that there? This should be a square and it's still there. That's just weird. I don't know if it's renewable now that I look at that. I'll know more in a minute. Let me just set this down. And set up a, just do this real quick. That's enough. If this is renewable, and if not, we'll just go with plan A, or 3.5, or whatever it was. This isn't mending, but it'll go right through this stuff, I mean, relatively quickly. Yeah. Minus lag. That's... okay, there we go. Okay. Get a few of these, first of all. And then I'm going to put the water away, because I'm not... God damn it. It's just going to be like this. Okay, thanks. Okay, it's just going to be forever, apparently. Alright. Well, what I'm thinking is if I put that down there, I can just replace all of this. I can have a base under it that I can't go through. Well, I can, but not in the time it would take to notice that I was trying. I'm wondering if this is going to grow back because of that there's a corner. Oh, bye-bye. That there's a corner missing makes me wonder about something. Where the hell am I?
How many obsidian do we need?
I'll be right back. Like 14. That's good, though. That lets me go test something. Well, I mean, it's not good. It's terrible. But, oh, I'm here now, by the way. God damn it. I don't have any buckets handy. I'm kind of wondering about, can I get to that? Oh, wow, I can do it. I have plans. Okay. Do it later. I'm just, oh, damn it. Let me, that is just so much faster than actually flying back to home. So I'm just gonna, that's neat. I might, that is going to take, I'll have to do it in like a 20th of a second, but I might be able to pull it off. I'm fairly good at reaction time. Fairly. Go. That, oh, right. That's just neat. That really might work. Turtles that are causing problems. You'll think about it. It's certainly willing. I'll try it. I mean, it'll probably be a lot of trial and error, but I can maybe get it to work sometime. Let me in. Okay. Let me get back to you. I'm just curious. Well, if you're still in there, I don't even know if this will work.
Oh, sorry.
Well, just the more I think about it, if you want to leave, I guess it'd probably be a more comprehensive test. In theory, if you remove that stuff and then leave and go back, it'll regrow on top of what I've been putting down. That's the important element.
Okay, well, I'm halfway down, so...
Okay. Well, I'll try it. Now I just want to know if it'll work the way I'm wondering if it'll work. If it doesn't matter if you're in there, then we'll get that. If it proves that it's not, if it's not there, we'll try it with you out too. Although at that point, I'll wonder if we already just broke something by trying. It doesn't matter. We'll just either way. There's a bunch of obsidian. What the hell? That is the last thing I expected to see. So that corner is missing. We know that. This corner is missing. But these came back. So I don't know what's going on exactly. That's a very strange thing. Unless maybe... Okay, so if it grows back, but it's a certain size. No, because that doesn't account for the... I don't know. I don't have an explanation, really. Anyway, I'm gonna... I'm going to try this. And that's down there where I put it, so that's what I want to see. It's taking forever to pick this stuff up. It's just is. Yeah, go ahead. If you're getting whatever, we need like 14. So if you're getting a bunch, that's cool. Go ahead and just finish off what you're doing. I'll finish off replacing one with the other here. Perhaps one day. Come on, gimme. And then we should have what amounts to an infinite source, although at the time it takes to pick this stuff up at all, I'm not sure that's true. Is it lagging for you getting what you're... Okay. Yay. So it's consistent. Everything's horrible. Throw that down. I guess I'm just going to leave that alone because there's nothing to do. I might even have enough to actually just finish doing this right now since I started earlier.
Okay. I picked the short one with the cage at the top, so I'm just going to do it again to make sure that... I'm at 20 now, so...
Okay. Like blocks?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know if you meant meters. See, like that? No, I just did that. Never mind. It's very strange. Something is wrong. But it might work. See, the reason we want infinity here... as annoying as it is to have to drag it all up, we can level all of those and then run out, which is a lot of obsidian. I mean, if you were normal, that'd be fine, but if I want like a stack of 64 nether boxes sometime, that would be cool. And that way I could just, whenever I need one, I can smack it down. And you can also technically, like this pickaxe isn't Silk Touch. If for some reason I'm somewhere that I desperately need a portal, I can just sacrifice a nether box or two, although in a Skyblock map that's 4 square kilometers, I'm not sure how far I could possibly need to go to get to require a portal from, I can just, especially when you just fly to the edge and teleport home, apparently. That's just cool. I like that. Let go. Come on, give. But, it's an option. It's more a normal map thing. If you're suddenly 10 kilometers from home, it's like, I gotta get home faster, and I'm going to talisman flip into the Richard Straub universe and cut to 1/8 of the distance to walk home. I mean, I'm mining through netherrack, of course, but even so, what?
So few people reference that.
IR cultural references. Don't look at me, I just know stuff.
Very old references. Hell.
Yeah, getting there. I remember when that came out.
I don't. When was it?
I want to say late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, that's...
Seems like it.
Slightly before I discovered Stephen King.
Well, I don't know what I mostly remember, because I'm okay with his stuff, but there's some stuff I've just never bothered with, the whole gunslinger thing, for example. I remember when it was the one with the train. Was that the drawing of the 3 or the...
That was,
no, that was the one with the
Wasteland.
card. Wasteland. I remember when that came out, like 1990, 1980, somewhere around there. And all of these people that I somehow knew, like for whatever reason, were just totally geeked about the release. It's like, what is it? Oh, it's like the second or third or fourth book in this series. Okay.
Well,
so I have to read what?
The thing about people who actually followed the series real
Right.
time, they're kind of like people who enjoy A Song of Ice and Fire in that they waited practically
Yeah.
a lifetime for it to finish. They didn't think it was
So
going to.
far, I haven't read those either. With The Gunslinger, I eventually read the first novel, and I wasn't too impressed by it. I mean, it wasn't unimpressive. It was more just like, ugh, I don't care.
The original one was stilted and weird. I think he updated it and re-released it.
I still haven't read the re-release of The Stand.
It is so much better.
Probably.
I mean, there are probably going to be anachronisms that you pick up on.
I would imagine. I remember. Well, actually, the guy I'm thinking of who was the most geeked about that whole Wastelands Train book, also around the same time got the re-released Stand, which I get. I've done things like that, writing books. And he mentioned that, like, I read the first one before this, the original before it was re-released, and the argument was, oh well, it was supposed to be this. But the first one, the one I read was set in the 70s, like 1978, 1979. I remember there was a thing about some guy went into a basement and there was a big poster, because there was a poster for some reason, of Jimmy Carter with his 9,000 teeth. And, okay, so I mean, that's just how things are in the late 70s. I'll buy that.
Strange political fetish dungeon?
Oh, well, that would be King. Oh, man, that guy, he's just getting more and more, not only political, but somehow weirdly butthurt that no one else is political as he is. He just will not shut up. Which, is fine, he's allowed, but it's like, dude, what are you doing?
I guess this is what happens when you have money.
Well, and that's the hilarious part, is most of his political whimpers are the whole inequality of equity and wealth. And so he'll have like 17 tweets in a row complaining about he's still a basic countercultural hippie from like 1947. He's pretty old at this point. Followed then by what could almost be construed as a sponsored post for, hey, I wrote a stuff and they made a thing out of it and you should go watch it because then I get paid. It's like, what do you want? No one understands what you're on about anymore. Shut up. Donate all your money to the IRS. We don't care. But, which is not my point. Yeah, so I read a book that there was a poster of Carter because they made those, I guess. Why not? They had posters of Farrah Fawcett and everyone else. And I guess in the re-release, or whatever you want to call it, that wasn't there, one assumes. I mean, I didn't read it. But apparently there was a line where someone... I did it again. I keep forgetting to click on my bed there. There's someone's rolling along, biking, driving, whatever it takes, and on the side of the road is what could only be called the world's oldest Yugo. Which, Yugo incidentally was like the 1987... horrible car that, like, MSRP knew was $39.90, which was cheap at the time, but now it's just like that was where a laptop cost more than a car. I've mentioned that before, right?
That would be that's borderline.
Oh, his average rent in America at this point is $39.90. Well, that's probably not average.
Someone's gonna look at that price tag and think that's a used car I cannot trust.
Well, it's a new car you cannot trust, but yeah, it's a Yugo. It's a 1987 pity. It's just a miserable... I think the only place you'll ever see one in the world at this point is if you go back and watch. In 1987, they filmed Dragnet as a kind of... It was one of the... You know how it's trendy now to take a show from like the 60s or something? It's like, and then we're going to make it as a film, and it's going to be a joke. That was one of the first, I would say.
Ew.
Aykroyd and Tom Hanks, and they got Harry Morgan back, and Christopher Plummer, and so on. Oh, right, because I keep doing that. Well, if I'm right about something, it's the last time I need to worry about exactly that. So I'll just go. Okay, what the hell? Are you joking?
Oh, wow.
It's Groundhog Day again. I'm not kidding. It's February the 2nd here, so. Neat, huh?
Wait, what?
It's today. Right now, it's after midnight. It's February the 2nd, which is Groundhog Day.
Things I should know because of where I'm from, but
Yeah.
I don't.
You're like from Puxatawny.
Well, no.
Okay.
No one's from there.
Okay. No, probably not.
Who wants to live there? It'd be like living in
Phil Connors wants to live there.
in
In the end. Spoiler alert.
in any of those towns run by Tom Nook.
Isn't it that horrible Rossetti guy who flips up if you try to leave?
No, that would be Rossetti.
Well, I'm
Tom-
aware of that, but if you try to get out of Puxatawny, does he stop you?
Yeah, usually by reminding you that you owe him for, your mortgage on the expansion of your tent.
I wrote a stuff, watch this, pay me, and then feel bad that other people don't have money because rent is $39.90 a month. It all ties together. I have yarn on a whiteboard or something.
Okay, so now I'm back here with
Oh,
a
damn it
stack
to
of
hell.
obsidian.
Back where? I don't know where is. I don't know where I am.
The monument.
Alright, hang on a minute. We just kind of keep missing each other at this point. So anyway, it seems like I probably had a point.
So you're really thinking about building a portal over here and hoping it doesn't kill everything?
At this point, I have no expectations. At this point, I'm just thinking, oh, what the hell? Yeah, that's right. So this has grown back, I think, because that's... And now it's, what the hell? Yeah, that's what I was wondering, is if this was just kind of like added to make it a little bigger. So this part grows back, that part doesn't. That's okay. We have this to... I don't have enough time right now to think about it, really. So, I'll probably come meet you. Hang on a minute.
Okay, I'll work on the carrots while I wait.
I'm also thinking in astrological terms. Never do that. We have one thing in common. Stephen King, Bill Murray, and I are all September the 21st. Therefore, I identify more with Holst. So you have stuff for me?
Yeah, I put it in the, over here.
Get off me. That works, maybe. I'm gonna go one last time. Way the hell over here, because if this is gonna work, it needs to work really far away. Oh, fun game. Anyway.
Do you need stuff?
It might not hurt, but we can make this. We can find out. If I can go as far away as I can, that's my plan. And of course, this is eventually. I don't even have to rip this out because if anything spawns out, it'll eventually fall to its death. There won't be anything there to worry about. But let me. That's just weird. Let me get over here for now. Really do want to go after that lava. Get over here and think about. Just give me this for a sec. What number am I on? 732. 33. I'll just set this up. Kind of. Well, let's hang on a minute. So that's where I want to be careful. It didn't work to be careful.
Oops.
How am I going to get back? God, just die. I don't care anymore. It's cheating on me. It's not my fault. It's throwing me around where I can't expect anything. Alright, so at position 1000 is where I wasn't sure if it was 1001. It seems like it is, but I think it's more because it just keeps hesitating before actually teleporting me, which is how I might get away with stealing lava. But let me get over here and finish trying to set this thing up, so we have like 3 seconds to do it. Time's up. Actually, we're a little over 30. Okay, well, just 1 sec. I just want to see if it puts me right back where we were in the Nether, because it might. As far as placement, let me just set this down so I can get over here. 9530. Okay, so if I have this and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Get down so I crunch less. Throw that out. It doesn't have to be 14. It just is right now. Give me that. Throw that there. Put that somewhere else. You can come with me if you want, but I'm just going to go see where this gets me.
Okay.
Because I'm really curious. And if there's... Well, it's got to have something I can stand on. It'll make a little thing one day when I get in. It's not my fault the episode's long. This looks awfully familiar. So we can get home this way, I guess. I assume it'll now put me at home, right? So that being a kilometer away isn't far enough away. Oh, you know what? It might not be a kilometer. Yeah, it might not actually be a kilometer the more I think about it. It is in one direction, but not necessarily. I don't know why I'm here. It doesn't help me. It doesn't... If it were actually a kilometer, like... Because we're basically 0 by 0. We're at 10 by 2 right now. But let me in. Oh, I hate you so much. Please get out. Well, I might want that back in a sec. But I was thinking 800 by 800 sounded, and it's a little more than that because it's more like 800 by 1,000 or one. It might actually have to be a bit further away. I think it's 800. It seems like it's 800 meters. You have to go in the overworld to create a new portal. I might be just wrong about that. And if I am, then we may have problems because I'm not sure how far we can go in this map to get away from that portal. But, well, I mean, we can still get lots of obsidian, which may be beneficial for reasons, but that's disappointing. So we're not going to... Getting a villager in and out of the Nether isn't exactly the easiest thing anyway. But we could also try something the other way if we figure out what... This is all positive, so we're... Where am I? Yeah, we're southeast of home. If we went in the Nether however far and then built a portal, I don't know what would happen. Maybe bad things. Alright, so we're going to keep thinking about that. I think I'm probably going to, since I'm used to dying for teleporting or whatever it is, for no reason. Might really try to get lava out of those hills. I'll report back with how miserable that went. But more generally, we'll just... keep at this. If I can get more lava, I mean, I might try using lava instead of just throwing blocks down, but it's not faster. I checked. It's just bad. It creeps along and doesn't help very much. So we'll see. It's just going to be a long process. And then I guess we're looking now at either railroads or boats or something to get a villager out, because I don't think we can get one here, because we're in deep ocean. I don't think we ever... I just saw skeletons, though, like a few minutes ago, and they wouldn't be there now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do get zombies, but I don't think so. It seems like we shouldn't. We'll work on this. See what spawns at night when we run off to bed real quick to not get into a fight. If we get zombies, we'll adjust our plans that way. If not, we'll try to figure out a way to get a couple of guys almost a kilometer here. So, whatever that's going to be. Anyway, we got a quick way home now, which is good, because that means I can go buy more pickaxes when I need to, and then just get here somehow. Go through the end maybe if I've clicked on this bed. That seems to work. All right, we'll get out of here and see you next time with something like progress, we hope. So, bye.